Peace, family. Welcome to another Lock Lesson Live. I am so very grateful for your presence. We are here every first and third Thursday. So, this is our second Thursday together. And tonight we're going to be talking about lock lessons on embracing your locks or your hair, whichever, if you're just started the journey. For those of you that may be new, my name is Jocelyn Renee, and you can think of me as your digital loctician. I'm here to help you cultivate the healthiest set of locks possible. And we do that in our conversations and chats and lessons about hair care as it relates to locks. I first want to remind you, or just put it out there, grab yourself a cup of water, all right? Because during our lesson tonight, we're going to be drinking water. We got to stay hydrated and healthy. So if you haven't had any water all day, now is the opportunity for you to redeem yourself. All right. And after you get your water, check in with me in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And I want to know, what is one word you would use to describe how you are feeling in this moment? What's one word to describe how you are feeling in this moment? Just let me know in the chats. You should use the little live chat function and feature at the bottom. All right. Let me see if I can update this for you. Let me get your name and how you're feeling. One word in the chats. All right. I do this thing where I kind of run down the top five announcements, if you will, just to kind of catch you up since it's been a minute, right? We haven't been together since the beginning of November and it's almost December, which is absolutely outrageous to believe. I've been MIA, like head down in the academy, cranking out content. When I tell you, when we get off live tonight, I will be wrapping up the last module in my holistic lactation training. This training is phenomenal. Okay. When I tell you, it's so comprehensive, it has everything in it to take you from DIY, self taught lactician to holistic hair care professional. All right, so I'm wrapping up this last lesson tonight, so we're not going to be here long, but I've been in the academy. So if you are looking for holistic hair care education for locks, make sure you check me out at digitallocticianacademy.com. And I have an announcement about Crown Elements, which is my hair care line. I'm going to save that for the end. So those of you that are been waiting for this shampoo, I know there's people out here waiting for the shampoo. I got a special announcement at the end. But aside from that announcement, if you're looking for hair care for locks, crownelements.com has everything you need. All right. So we got the Academy, we got Crown Elements, the giveaway. I just want to say thank you again. Like the amount of gratitude I have for everyone that entered my 50K giveaway the beginning of November. I'm still on the high from that. Like it just still blows my mind how the internet interconnects all of us. So just thank you. Thank you so much for everyone that entered the giveaway, that supported even after the giveaway was over. Truly, truly appreciate you. We are on the road to 100,000. So if you have not hit subscribe on the channel yet, please hit subscribe and go ahead and hit the like button, okay? Subscribe and like. And in the chat, check in with one word to describe how you're feeling. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, all right? What's the other thing? Did I have another update? I think that was about it. That's three things, but nonetheless, get your water. Ooh, Siobhan says I'm feeling artsy. I love that. So awesome to create art. Dakota is feeling excited. Yay. Tired. I get that. Totally, totally get that. Solar Peace is feeling grateful. Denise is also grateful. Love that. Kimberly, you feeling dry? Loki, I was feeling dry too before this conversation. I had to go upstairs and put some moisturizer on my face. Like, oh my gosh, not necessarily related to tonight's topic, but just a tip for anybody that has locks, right now. Maybe you're living on the East Coast where the seasons are shifting, or the Northeast where it's really cold and frigid. Midwest, weather seasons are changing. If you have the heater on, like you got that personal space heater down below, protect your hair, okay? Because yes, it keeps you warm, but guess what it does? Dries out your locks and dries out your skin. All right, so you got to get up on that moisturizer, okay? Ruthie is feeling wonderful. Oh, Keisha, I hope you feel better. Feeling congested. Gina's feeling chill. I love that. Cincinnati's in the building. We got to come up with a word for tonight. So you have the topic, you have the lesson, lock lessons on embracing your locks. Who can come up with our word? Because we play our water game with our water. We need a word to drink to every time we see it or I say it. All right. So think of some words that we can drink to during tonight's lesson. I know that probably sounds real, real loud in your ear with this microphone. I apologize. Marcus is feeling relaxed. Roz is feeling ready. Motivated. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. I'm feeling freezing. I understand. That makes so much sense. I've been trying to figure out why my lips have been chapped. Dakota says, since the space heater is in my office. Yes, it's a thing. It feels so nice, but all this gets all dry. So just be mindful of that. I don't know if you may have noticed, but the month of November, like since our last lesson, has been really focused on mindset. I'm really striving to help cultivate a mindset to receive holistic hair care, because it's not something that is often popularized or talked about. More often than not, the glamour when it comes to beauty and locks and hair is all about how shiny the hair is, how crispy the parts are, how shellacked everything looks. And we are more so focused on how your roots are growing. What's up with your follicles? Like, how are you actually retaining hair? Like, are you having as much length retention and moisture that you can have in your hair naturally without the use of like over applying product and overusing things? So, really shifting our mindset to receive or be in a space to receive holistic hair care is one of the things that is near and dear to me. And I feel like it's super important for the conversation as it relates to locks, because there is an epidemic of thinning and hair loss with locks. Press a 1 in the comments if you've seen or are experiencing thinning with your locks. Press a 1 in the comments. My water word is water because I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty tonight too. Yes. So many people are really aware of that space heater. It is a thing. And if this is your first season, your first cold season with locks, just be aware that it can happen. All right. So our water word today, I like water, but I probably won't say water too much with embracing your hair. I think the word we're going to go with is let's go with embrace. Put that right in there. Our water word for tonight is embrace. All right. So if you hear me say it, or if you see it in the chat, take a sip of water. All right. Because I feel like I'm going to be saying embrace quite, quite often. All right. So, lock lessons on embracing your hair. Embrace or embracing. Embrace in all of its different forms. All right. So, all right, we got the cosign. We got the cosign. And I see the ones in the chats. I know that it is very, very it's all over. You know what I should have made? I'm curious. Has anybody How do y'all feel about faux locks and loose hairstyles that mimic locks? How do y'all feel about that? What's your take on loose hairstyles that emulate locks but are not locks? The reason why I ask is because that was the catalyst for tonight's conversation. I've recently become aware of what I want to say, a new style, if you will, a new hairstyle in the natural hair community, about uh, that is meant to replicate locks. And it I got a lot of things to say on the topic. A lot of things to say on the topic. I'm gonna have a whole video rant. It's a rant. I'm gonna be honest. It's a rant. It's gonna be on the channel tomorrow. It's a rant. I'm gonna spare you tonight. But um yeah, it really rubbed me the wrong way. And so I felt it really necessary to have this conversation with you about embracing your locks. I see a lot of people saying, not a fan, no ma'am, they look fake, but to each its own. I don't like it. I know the style they're talking about. Yes, Dakota, you see me. Just stop faking. Yes. So I see what y'all say. And so I'm curious. Okay, so that, yes, thank you for sharing your feedback about that. When you are considering locks, because I imagine you have locks, and if you don't have locks and you are considering locks, did you try a lock esque or lock inspired style before you decided to lock your hair? If you did, press a two. If you never did a lock inspired style, press a three, like before starting your locks. Yes, it is. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna save that for tomorrow. We're gonna keep our energy tonight. Focus on the topic at hand. Focusing on embracing our hair and embracing our locks. So mixed reactions here, mixed reactions. I get some twos, I get some threes. I understand. One of the things that I feel some type of way about, and I discourage people all the time from getting faux locks or fake locks or a lock inspired style in an attempt to prepare themselves for locks. I personally think it's a bad idea. So it's one of the worst ideas you can have, especially if you have concerns like we talked about in our last lesson about um, having negative connotations with your hair or feeling negatively about your hair already, and then you do a faux lock style in an effort to be like, okay, I'm ready for locks. Hear me out. When you do these faux styles, you're using synthetic hair. And because it's temporary, you can do or use more hair than you probably naturally have. Maybe you have really fine hair, or maybe you have a low density hair, so you don't have a lot of hair already, but you can do a protective style or fake style and allow it to give you the illusion that you have more hair than you have. And so if you are thinking you're doing this style for locks, you then think something's wrong with your locks when they're naturally cultivated because they're not as thick, because they're not as full. And so you have difficulty embracing your locks and your hair. So that's why I don't recommend it. But hey, we talked about to each its own. All right. Lately, however, there has been an explosion with locks. Like everybody got locks. Everybody and a mama literally has locks. And I don't mean naturally cultivated locks. I mean faux locks, what is it called? invisible locks. I put the invisible locks, the crochet locks, not instant lock crochet. Like you're literally like cornrows and then you're sewing a fake attached lock to your head. Like you have locks that are pre-made, and it's the language is it crosses over, but those locks that they sell in the bag that's made with plastic synthetic hair. That's what I'm trying to say. So not crocheted instant locks, because that's your hair. I'm talking about hair that is not yours. You just go buy at the store in 2 hours. Now you got locks down your back. Those locks, like everybody and their mom has those. And when I first started as a natural hairstylist, I did those. I did flat twists, I did Marley twists, and then faux locks became popular, so I did faux locks. But what I noticed when clients came to me specifically for faux locks, what they would and in my head I was like, "Oh, you got faux locks? Like why don't you like lock your hair up? Like it looks beautiful on you. I love it." It was such self-hate or self-deprecating um just language around it. It's like I could never lock my hair. Like I would not want to walk around looking like that all the time. Like I like it when it's slicked and laid down, but I couldn't just have my hair being um with nappy at the roots and looking unkept and just having my hair go through the ugly phase. Press a 4 if you believe in the ugly phase. No, there's no judgment. We're in a no judgment zone. So press a 4 if you believe in the ugly phase. I'm just curious. But because I heard all that language behind the chair, I stopped. It was a hard stop for me on faux locks. Like nope, it's not happening. I am not I cannot consciously be a part of an experience for somebody that reinforces a negative way that they view themselves. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. So I will not do it. And so that for me was like the red flag. Like faux locks, not with it. So we're not if you're not ready to embrace your hair as it is, because I believe locks are the most natural way that you can wear your hair. If you're not ready to embrace that, like don't even do it. There are so many other styles. There's so much creativity in our industry. Why take something that's so beautiful like locks that has so much power and symbolism, like in so many different ways, and dilute it to make it fashion, to make it like be an assimilated style? Like I personally can't comprehend this. So in our lesson, I want to really explore what it looks like to embrace your locks, looking at things like perming your roots. Y'all see that? Have y'all seen people with locks literally putting relaxer on their roots? Press a 5 if you've seen that. Press a 5 if you've seen people with locks putting relaxer on the roots. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. I started I started to like get the video clip, but I was like, I'm not even going to spread it to show it to you because it's like you just can never unsee it. But yes, there are and it's crazy because it's picking up steam. Like I feel like I'm starting to see it more and more. I don't know if the timeline algorithm is trying to make me mad or not, but I see it a lot. So, when you think about embracing your locks and embracing your hair, I feel like, yes, the journey is different for everybody. However, more often than not, when people transition into locks or make the conscious decision, okay, I'm gonna lock my hair, I'm gonna lock it up, I'm gonna leave it alone, let it naturally tangle and cultivate. I believe the intention is to wear your hair in its most natural state. But what say you? Like what was your reason for locking your hair? Did you just not want to deal with your loose natural hair? Did you want to see what your hair did when it was locked because you had tried all of other type of styles? Was locking your hair the only option because it was like I'm either going to wear it short or I'm gonna relax it or I'm gonna get locks. Like it was kind of like the default. Like what was the reason for you coming to locks? Kay says, I got sick of wearing a weave. Yep, and that's for a lot of people, right? You just want to leave your hair alone and not like tie it down. I just wanted all of my natural hair. Karen says, it's just beautiful to me. I was over the comb, period, point blank. Just didn't even want to deal with it. He just says, I wanted freedom. Melissa, that lockdown, he was like, okay, might as well. Siobhan said, I just wanted to embrace my natural hair and grow it long. That it is. I'm sure it's super long at this point. I didn't want to wear braids anymore. The doctor said I can no longer put chemicals in my hair, so I chose locks to maintain my hair. Okay, lock it or lose it, right? That was low key part of my thing. Like, you know what? It's either gonna be short. I'm gonna get locks. I got tired of doing my natural hair. Yep. I went to a lock convention and read the book Nice Dreads and was ready. Nice. I saw a lot of beautiful women with them, so I gave it a try. I decided when I was younger that I would do it once I reached a certain age. I was always curious about them, so you just decided to give it a try. That's such a good problem to have. My hair was just too thick to continue to be loose and natural. It's like, you know what? This is just too much. You had tried everything else. Yeah, so a lot of different reasons, right? Why people come into this journey and enter into this experience. So again, everyone has their own reason and has their own experience. But I would say in all of the responses that I was able to catch, for the most part, it wasn't because you just wanted it to be straighter and long. I didn't see that anywhere. And yet, when you get a relaxer, you're straightening your hair. You are literally relaxing or loosening out your curl pattern in an effort to slick it back. Do y'all know why relaxers were created? Like why they had relaxers? Remember back in when did we do? Was Black History No, Women's History Month in March. Crown Elements. Every week we talked about a woman in the beauty industry that made an impact. When we spoke about Madam CJ Walker and really Annie Turnbull Malone, who created the beauty products to help women assimilate into society, because the conversation about your hair being too nappy and that means the YT people are not happy. They needed a kind of like a, well, not they didn't they didn't need, they chose to help to relax their hair to help them achieve a better position in life during the times, right? I would say we don't got to do that no more. So why, but not even why. Not even why. There is still trauma from that, and you see it now in locks. So conversations like these with embracing your hair and embracing your locks are important because you can wear your hair natural. Like I was going to wash my hair and do it, and I was going to retwist it, but I was like, I can't have a conversation about embracing your locks and your roots and mine's looking all sleek. My hair, my little fro, it's been given. All right, the past couple weeks. I love it. And it's something about rebelling and going against what they say your hair is supposed to look like, what you see on mainstream media, what you see and all the books and magazines. I feel like anytime you even see locks in a popular space, they're always done. They're always kept. Like, I admire when the locks are just as they are. I'm not saying you gotta freeform your hair. Not saying that. I'm not saying you gotta semi freeform. I'm just saying, is it not okay for you to embrace your roots? Do you have to retwist your locks every time you wash your hair? No. Do you have to retwist your hair every 2 weeks so that it lays down and looks flat and sleek? No, you don't. But we've been taught that if it's not sleek, if we don't have the baby hairs laid down to the side, that for some reason our hair is not put together, it's not done, it's not acceptable, it doesn't look right. We can break those notions and ideas. You do know that, right? Press a 6 if you believe that. Press a 6 if you believe that wearing your hair naturally is beautiful. Just no slick baby hairs, no edge control, just letting that fro at the roots. Press a 6 if you believe that's beautiful. So I'm seeing a lot of 6s. And again, I'm not, if that is your experience with your locks, you're just like, I can't let my hair puff at the roots. I can't let my locks look like they haven't just come out the salon. I can't retwist my hair without parting it. If that is your experience, maybe the conversation that is worth having is whether or not you chose the right locking method. I'm not saying locks are not for you, but maybe the method that you chose is not ideal. Because locks are so versatile, because locks can be worn in so many different ways, if having your locks be super neat at the roots, always have a really clean grid and are always together, if that is your goal with your locks, interlocking, that'll get you there without the use of all the products. That leads to what we talked about, or what I alluded to in the beginning of this conversation, is thinning and breakage. Retwisting your locks every 2 weeks leads to thinning. Shellacking them all the time with lots of products and edge control and gel to try to make them super neat suffocates your hair, suffocates the follicles. So, yes, your locks are going to look super neat. They are. I'll give you that. But then I'm sure you'll be emailing me in like 3, 4 years talking about, why is it thinning? Why do my locks feel super hard? And why are they really dull? The things that happen to your locks compound over time. So now that you've embraced your hair and you have locks, it's really, really important that we also begin to shift our mindsets and challenge, why is it that I now have locks? My hair is in its most natural state. Why is it that I still feel like I need to lay my baby hairs? Why is it that I feel like my roots have to be neat all the time? Why is it that every time I retwist my hair, I have a rat tail parting comb and I'm ripping through my parts to try to reestablish them in a super straight line every single time? Just ask yourself why. Because a lot of times we do things out of habit versus challenging the ideas that have been, placed upon us. Question: have you press a what number we at? Press a 8. You've read the 4 agreements or the 5th agreement. Press a 8 if you've read that book. Press a 9 if you've never heard of it. Don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's beautiful, but I do not let my locks be free because of my job. What kind of job do you have? Tracy? Is it Tracy? one of the things, and I understand what you're saying. I do know that there are jobs like that and spaces like that where you can't. Like they literally will look down upon you not having your hair super neat, which is the reason why we have the Crown Act right now. The Crown Act of 2020 legislation to literally allow jobs to let people with naturally curly, highly textured hair wear their hair as is. Like there's literally recent legislation for this. So I get what you're saying. At the same time, and I feel like this is something that has stuck with me for years. I want to say it's probably been a decade at this point. I was at a women's empowerment event, and one of my favorite people, Angela of In Natural Hair Salon, right here in Silver Spring, she was on the panel, and someone brought up a very similar topic, just like, I want to be natural and I want to wear my hair loose, but I can't because of my job. So what do I do? What she said was it was profound to me and it stuck with me. She said, and at the time she had these really beautiful, thick, freeform locks. She was on stage with this microphone in her hand, and she said, "You know what? I hear you, but your hair protects you from places you're not meant to be." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like, yes, your hair protects you from places that you're not meant to be." And it's 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 like a triple entendre, right? Because I just talked about how our locks have protection. Your hair can protect you in our history with our locks. There's so much power in it. But if you and so you stepped into your power, you have these locks now, and then this job or this place that you're going to or interested in working at, because maybe you don't even work there. You're interested in working there, but they won't accept you as you are. Can you imagine what that would feel like if maybe you wore a wig over your hair and they didn't see your locks and you got the job, you came in, and then every day that you came into that space, you got negative looks. They're always talking down on you, just making you feel horrible about your hair. How do you think your energy would feel? So having your hair that way in the interview or in the pre space before you're in that space is like, oh, we just want to protect this all right here, right? So your hair protects you from places you're not meant to be. I'll just say, keep that there. For those of you that have not heard of the book, The Four Agreements, highly recommended. Super quick book, like the book you could read it in a day. And even if you're not a reader, out a weekend, maybe a week if you read it slow. Amazing book. What they talk about, or not even say what they talk about, but the premise of it is that you're born, and when you're a baby, somebody told you purple and you agreed. And so now, whenever you see this, you say purple. And you've made agreements throughout your entire life about your hair, about your lips, your makeup, paint. And the agreements started when you were so young. And for most of us, we didn't even get a chance to challenge them. I wish you would challenge what I had to say. The- we didn't grow up like how our kids are growing up, at least my kids, because the things my kids, ooh, if I did some of the things they be doing, I'd have been knocked into next week. I'd probably just be coming back around from the beating I would have got. But I say all that to say we didn't get the challenge agreements. We just made the agreements and we kept them. But now you're in a space to challenge them. So just I challenge you to challenge the reasons why you do things as it relates to your hair. And just get curious about the answers, right? Just get curious. I'm not saying you have to change it, I'm not saying you got to do something different. Just get curious and, See how it feels to embrace your locks and embrace your hair from a space of curiosity and self-love. Yeah. I've been trying, Tracy. I've been trying. Valerie says, I lived that in 1980. I was not a job. After I cut my locks, they called me to offer me a job. Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that we are living in and through those times. Like it's really powerful. Um I was watching that documentary they did on Oprah Winfrey did about hair. Anybody seen that? Hair Tales? Press a 2 if you've seen any of the episodes. Um I watched specifically, and the water should be gone by now. I watched specifically the episode where they talked about locks and being rooted. I appreciated the opportunity for them to hold space about Black women and hair. Absolutely appreciated that. What I didn't find value in was how surface the conversation was. Because, like what we're talking about today, and embracing our hair and seeing people denied access and having to acknowledge that and reconcile that like in real time, I personally felt like would have been a really valuable conversation, especially for the platform that they were on, right? Because everyone is streaming it. But instead, the conversation, particularly with locks, was the way I saw it, was more so viewed on how you can have locks, but still not I'll say cover them up, but like still do the things that people with loose hair do to like look like YT hair, is essentially what I took from that. And I was just like, dang, like we got you got the platform. You're on you got the locks. Like just go a little bit deeper. But that's neither here nor there. That's why that's why you're here. And I'm again grateful for your presence. And I just hope this conversation was just kind of made you think and will encourage you at the very least to encourage somebody else that is thinking about getting locks, that is thinking about how can I um embrace my hair in spite of everything that you may have seen, experienced, or heard of with locks. Truly, right? People act like if you lock your hair, the world will come to an end. Yes, they do, but I feel like, with the way things are trending with locks, it is it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But it will be more mainstream because again, it's just it's just getting watered down. Like locks are becoming a hairstyle, and I'm just sad. I'm sad. I'm so sad that that's becoming the thing. I've always believed like locks is more of a lifestyle. And the way in which they just was like, okay, locks are horrible. Don't have locks. Don't wear locks. Okay, everybody can wear locks and it's the hairstyle. It's fine. Like they just um like how did we get here to here? It just I don't know. Oh, You need tips about preventing and removing lint. It's so upsetting to me. Well, good news for you. If you go to Digital Loctician Academy, and it's linked right below this video, there is a course on their course workshop, whatever you want to call it, um, entitled Battling Buildup. In that workshop, you get three um, solutions for the most common types of buildup: product buildup, lint buildup, and biological or like flakes and dandruff. All of those are in that one workshop. And if you use the code YT Crew, it's supposed to be YouTube Crew, but since our conversation, I'm probably gonna have to change that code. But YT Crew, you get you get the coupon code. All right, but I walk you through how to get lint out of your locks, even if it's been embedded in there or if it's just on the surface. How you get lint out of your locks is in the battling buildup workshop. All right. Um, I love that. Locks for me was an introduction to my awareness and pride of loving and embracing my blackness. Yes, Ruthie, I love that. I hear people say, I want to lock my hair, but I'm scared. I'm like, scared of what? Probably scared of what other people are going to say. That's a thing. People like, again, people have hated locks for so long, like hated them, like with a passion. Just like you lock your hair, there was just you were problem. And now it's like, ooh, I'm gonna pay $600 to get some fake locks, but I still won't get real locks because I hate them. It's just, oh, it makes my brain hurt. Oh, I always thought having locks was a lifestyle rather than just a hairstyle. My transition into a lock lifestyle started long before I locked my hair. Yes, and that's one of the best ways to come into the journey. It'll be much easier, much, much easier. Adrian, I share your sentiments. But yeah, so if you want to hear it, so this wasn't a rant. Like contrary to popular belief, this was not a rant. This was meant to just get you to think. It's more so of a thought-provoking conversation. We'll call it. Tomorrow, if you want to hear a rant, come back for the video tomorrow because I got a rant for you. All right. And now, without further ado, because I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna run, okay? Because little Jocelyn, little Jocelyn, okay, it's all right. I love you all. If you enjoyed tonight's conversation, please like the video, please subscribe. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and just know that this is me showing up outside of my comfort zone, okay? Okay, just bear with me, all right? Y'all, please don't hate me, okay? So, we talked about crown elements in our shampoo collection. Yes? We're excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be phenomenal. What I told you all that the shampoo collection was debuting in October. We are now in November. So, in an effort to be transparent with you, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. So, the shampoo is not here yet, but it's coming. And I want you all to come along on the ride with me, okay? So, because it's been real hard, I haven't been working on it. It's I don't have a date, a real date. But I want y'all to hold on with me, okay? Can y'all not hate me? Let me not shut my camera off. Don't hate me. So, still stay excited. One of the biggest things I need right now, I need help with the name because I need to name it in order to get the labels, okay? So we got 3 shampoos. We got a clarifying shampoo, we have our moisturizing shampoo, and we have our detoxifying shampoo. Names. The clarifying shampoo, Just Clean. All right? The detoxifying shampoo is Deep Clean. What do we name our hydrating shampoo? The parameters, the word before clean has to be between 4 to 6 letters. Just think about it. Throw some ideas out there. My eyes are closed because I don't want to see y'all being mad at me in the comments, okay? But share some names with me. And I love you all, and we'll talk in December, okay? Peace, love, and goodbye. Bye. I'm being really serious. Y'all think I'm playing, but I'm being very serious. Oh, I appreciate your grace and patience, okay? I really do. I really do. I'm Capricorn, and I historically do not do well with showing up unprepared and without all of my ducks in a row. So this shampoo, because I need help, feels very uncomfortable for me. But because I know I need help and I have this amazing community, this is me asking for help. Okay? Okay, guys? Ah, okay. Ooh, I like that. Nikki, I'm so serious. I am so serious. I'm really trying to laugh because if y'all could feel my heart, when this what do you call that thing? The 5K, when you can do all the senses on the TV video, this would not be if y'all could feel my heart beating right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I appreciate y'all. Leave comments, please, with your suggestions. And we're going to be talking about this more. If you can also, if you don't want to post it in the comments, you can also reach out to me in the Digital Txt Club. Okay. If you're not in my Digital Txt Club, the link is down below. Join.digitallactician.com. All right. You can text me directly. It's me. Like, help a sister out. Okay. Please. Yes. Yes. Oh, we're gonna have a oh, I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna have to have a vote. Thank you all for joining me so much. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on embracing your locks. Hopefully you finish your water. And if you didn't, go ahead and finish your water. Maybe grab another glass. And remember to embrace your hair, embrace your locks, embrace everything about you as I'm embracing the part of me that is not all the way together, but I'm doing my best to walk into it. Okay? No, I know it's I know. I know. Well, that's good to know. It could be a blank bottle. I'm buying it. All right. Received. I hear you loud and clear. All right. I love you all. Truly, I appreciate you. And as always, I am sending you peace, love, and good vibes. I'll see you soon. Peace.